So the Super Mario Bros. Movie is out, and as expected, it has a load of references and Easter eggs based on Mario and Nintendo stuff, so let's talk about that. Here's a video looking at Easter eggs in the Super Mario Bros. Movie. First off, I'm making this video while the movie is still in theaters, which means two things. First, there will be spoilers in this video, and secondly, due to limited footage and the ever-present threats of copyright claims, I'll be mostly using promotional material to help paint you a picture of what this movie has in store. First, everything in Brooklyn, which might have the most Easter eggs packed into a single location. Right near the start, Mario and Luigi are in a restaurant named the Punch-Out Pizzeria, and the wall with the TV playing the brand new commercial also contains a plethora of pictures depicting various characters from, of course, the Punch-Out series. While some are partially obscured, we can see Glass Joe, Bear Hugger, Piston Hondo, Mr. Sandman, as well as a picture of both Doc Lewis and Little Mac. So I edited this section, and then I realized that they actually show this scene in the Mario Bros. Movie trailer posted to Universal Pictures India, and it just shows the pizzeria wall, and you can see some of the pictures I was talking about, and that character jumping like Jumpman in front of the rebranded Donkey Kong arcade machine is voiced by Charles Martinet. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to other stuff. Additionally, the bros have a little standoff with longtime bully and former employer, Spike. He seems to run a company named Wrecking Crew based on his hat, which is a wonderful inclusion of Mario and Luigi's early days in the game of the same name. Also, before heading outside, Luigi gets a call, and his phone's ringtone is actually the GameCube theme.
Super Mario Brothers!
Next door to the Punch-Out Pizzeria is the Shine Travel Agency, featuring a couple of blue dolphins harkening back to Super Mario Sunshine. Now, while in an upscale home for their first official plumbing job, there's an artistic rendition of the Duck Hunt dog hung up on the wall, and in the bathroom, there is actually a bottle in the shower just labeled Shine. And one of the tasteful paintings features the outline of a crown. In the shop focused on the client's living room, the man can be seen reading a book featuring a spherical planet on the cover, and it's titled Galaxy. Just one of this movie's multiple nods to Super Mario Galaxy. There's also a fancy light fixture that is in the shape of some blocks laid out like these 6 from 1-1 of Super Mario Bros. Though there is an empty space in the spot where you spawn the mushroom, I think it's intentional, and if so, it's a nice subtle detail. Also in the same shot, I believe there is a small glass statue of a Pikmin. Back at Casa de Mario, after a brief dinner scene, Mario plays Kid Icarus on the Nintendo Entertainment System with the gameplay front and center. Atop the CRT TV is a small figure that looks like the R-Wing from Star Fox. There are also some generic looking pictures on the walls featuring tennis, golf, and I believe baseball, activities that the Mario Bros have been known to enjoy. There's also a tennis racket propped up in the background next to Luigi's bed. Also, supposedly there is a recreation of the Mario Kart Wii box art hung up on the bulletin board. I can't confirm this myself, but I think they're right. And of course, playing on the TV is a live interview with Mayor Pauline, whose design seems to be taken directly from Mario Odyssey, though she doesn't have her hat. Now, much like with the pizzeria, there are probably more details I overlooked. If there's anything I missed, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Next, before delving into the sewers, we can see another restaurant with a French name, which if pronounced properly is
Chasse au canard,
which translates to duck hunting. The logo, of course, features the white and green duck I've learned to hate in Smash Bros. In the sewers proper, just before finding the comically yet ominously large green pipe, the bros pass a placard designating this as level 1-2, and the first 6 notes of the underground theme can be heard, which is then mixed into the atmospheric music. This movie actually includes a lot of iconic songs and sound effects, often remixed or retooled to fit their scenes, enough that I can't possibly list them all, so I won't. Later on, also in Brooklyn, there is a 24-hour car wash whose sign features a man with a blue helmet and shirt being held up by 2 pink balloons, a nice nod to the 1984 video game balloon fight. Also, it's easy to miss, but in the background, one of the signs says Discun Hardware Co., featuring the mascot from the Famicom Disk System. There's also a hotel sign, no logo or anything, just the word hotel on a sign in a Mario movie. I'm sure that's nothing. Now let's move forward to Mushroom Kingdom. Most of the city's obvious details have already been shown in trailers, like the antique shop, which contains a bunch of blocky items. From this angle, we can see a hammer, P-switch, a music block style item which another Toad can be seen carrying off, exclamation mark block, power balloon, boomerang flower, bell, key, and a Super Mario World Dragon coin which depicts a Yoshi. In other angles, we can also see clouds and springs, as well as a bunch of P-Wings, and a poster of a retro version of Peach, most likely this specific one from Super Mario Bros. 3. And I won't play the audio, but in the clip we can hear a Toad ask, "Does it work?" And the shopkeep replies, "Yeah, you just gotta blow on it." I assumed they were discussing a warp whistle, but visually it looks more like a gray square, so likely it's some kind of cartridge. With the given context, either works. There's also the Crazy Cap Shop, a direct transplant from the shop with the same name in Mario Odyssey. Within Peach's castle, there are a number of paintings hung on the wall, much like in Mario 64 and later Mario Odyssey. That said, I didn't see any direct recreations of any of the world/level artwork from those games. A bit later, on the journey towards Kong Kingdom, the characters travel past a cannon with a floating island off in the distance, which personally reminded me of Bomb-On Battlefield. Also, they briefly cross a bridge with large spires jutting out of the water, with a bunch of Cheeps jumping around, which might be inspired by Mario Bros. World 2-3. There is also a shot where they walk along orange red sand dunes with inverted floating pyramids in the distance, no doubt pulled directly from Sand Kingdom in Odyssey. Next, Mario takes a bite out of a overly sized apple as a pink Yoshi looks on in awe, a horde of multicolored Yoshi running in the background. That's unfortunately the extent of Yoshi-related sightings, aside from an egg, which may or may not be important in the future. Now, Kong Kingdom. This is where everyone gets their carts, because apparently it's the preferred mode of transportation for the Kong people, which kind of reminds me of Diddy Kong Racing / the barrel-based racing game. I don't know if anybody remembers that one. Still, the fashionable guard Kong that takes the trio to see Cranky Kong has a rhino emblem on his cart's hood and wheel, which I believe is directly taken from Rambi's icon as seen in the Donkey Kong Country Returns games. Oh, and during the Coliseum battle between Mario and Seth Rogen Kong, the crowd has a lot of unique designs. Diddy is called out by name, and we can see him sitting between Dixie Kong and Chunky Kong. As for other notable Kongs, I didn't spot any of them. I really hope that Lanky Kong is hiding somewhere. I love that abomination. Funky Kong can for sure be seen in a picture in Donkey Kong's hut surfing. And now a couple other assorted details I like. Bowser wears his nice white outfit, hat included, when attending the marriage ceremony, just like in Odyssey. For the crowd, attention is drawn to King Bob-omb in all his mustachioed explosive glory, but King Boo and a large singular piranha plant, though I don't think it's PD Piranha because that's a different character, are also there. Throughout the movie, Mario actually performs 2 ground pounds, which I'm surprised they even did, and even spins in the air briefly, which has been part of his moveset for a number of games. Oh, and while Rosalina doesn't appear or get mentioned, the existence of the demented Luma in Bowser's prison, which I love, as well as Peach's line about there being a lot of galaxies out there, does mean that there are possibilities we could see some galaxy-related content in the future. I don't know if we're gonna get a second movie, but I hope we do. This one was a lot of fun, but that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to my channel members for their support, and an eel-sized thanks to Captain Crayfish for being a super fan. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, maybe subscribe, and be sure to let me know if there are any details that you noticed that I may have missed. That's it for this one. Have a nice day.